For over 3,000 years, his face stared down from monuments. Colossal, eternal. But was it real? Hollywood gave us Yul Brynner. Artists painted him as a god, but none of them had seen his body. We do. In 1881, archaeologists found him. Not a skeleton, not dust, his actual face. The greatest pharaoh in Egyptian history, preserved for 3 millennia. And now, forensic science can show us who he was. This is the story of Ramesses the Great, the warrior, the builder, the man behind the legend. Using cutting-edge forensic technology, CT scans, and historical evidence, we will reveal his true face. Let's begin. 1881. Deir el-Bahari, Egypt. Local villagers lead archaeologists to a hidden cliff tomb near Luxor. Inside, a royal cache. 40 mummies hidden by ancient priests to protect them from tomb robbers. Among them, Ramesses. His mummy was remarkably preserved. Embalmers had worked with extraordinary skill, and they left us crucial evidence. His height, 170 centimeters, tall for ancient Egypt. His build, lean and athletic, even at 90 years old. But the most remarkable detail, his hair. When scientists examined it under microscopes, they discovered something unexpected. He was a redhead. Natural red hair, not dyed by embalming. The microscopic roots proved it. Egypt's greatest king was born ginger. In 1976, something extraordinary happened. Ramesses left Egypt for the first time in 3,000 years. Destination, Paris. His mummy was deteriorating from fungal infection. But to travel, Egyptian law required one thing: a passport. Ramesses received full military honors upon arrival. A 3,000-year-old king, still commanding respect in the modern world. French forensic scientists examined every detail. Chief scientist Pierre-Fernand Sicaldi documented his findings meticulously. The results were remarkable. Fast forward to 2022. Egyptian radiologist Dr. Sahar Salim used modern CT scanning to create a complete 3-dimensional model. Professor Caroline Wilkinson at Liverpool's Face Lab then used criminal forensic software to rebuild his face, muscle by muscle. But forensic science wasn't working blind. Ramesses left us hundreds of self-portraits, more than any pharaoh in history. Abu Simbel, 4 seated colossi, each 20 meters tall, carved into a mountain to intimidate Egypt's southern neighbors. The features are consistent across every statue. Strong jaw, prominent hooked nose, high cheekbones. The artists knew their subject. These weren't just propaganda. When scientists compared the CT scans to the statues, the bone structure matched. The artists were accurate. His temples tell his story. The Ramesseum, Karnak, Luxor, everywhere the same face, the same message, power. He reigned for 66 years, longer than almost any pharaoh. He had time to perfect his image. Born around 1303 BCE, his grandfather was a military commander who rose to become pharaoh through merit alone. At 14, Ramesses became Prince Regent. At 24, when his father Seti I died, he became pharaoh. In his 5th year as king, he faced his greatest test, the Battle of Kadesh, history's first documented battle. 20,000 Egyptian soldiers against the Hittite Empire. Ramesses was ambushed, his army scattered. He found himself surrounded and alone. According to his own records, Ramesses personally rallied his men and counterattacked. He turned disaster into a draw. 15 years later, he achieved something unprecedented. He signed the world's first recorded peace treaty with his former enemies, the Hittites. copy of that treaty hangs today in the United Nations, 3,000 years old, still relevant. He married a Hittite princess to seal the peace. She joined his household alongside his beloved queen, Nefertari. Nefertari was extraordinary. He built her an entire temple at Abu Simbel. Her statues stand equal in size to his own. Now we understand the man, the warrior, the diplomat, the lover. But what did he actually look like? In 2022, Dr. Sahar Salim and Professor Caroline Wilkinson combined their expertise, Egyptian knowledge, British forensic technology, one goal. They started with the skull. CT scan provided 1,700 cross-sectional images, every angle, every measurement, precise digital reconstruction. Facial muscles were mapped based on bone attachment points. Egyptian tissue depth data guided the flesh reconstruction. Skin color was determined through consultation with Egyptologists. Hair color from the microscopic analysis. Eye color, the probable Egyptian brown. They created two versions, Ramesses at 90 when he died, and Ramesses at 45, at the height of his power. 3,200 years after his death, after 66 years on the throne, after building an empire, we can finally see him. This is Ramesses the Great, at 45 years old, warrior king of Egypt, the face that launched 1,000 monuments. Look at that nose, the same profile carved into Abu Simbel. The artists knew exactly what they were doing. And that hair, natural red. In ancient Egypt, red hair was associated with the god Set, feared, respected, divine. Now see him at 90, after decades of arthritis, after burying most of his 100 children, a king who outlived everyone. The same man, young and old, warrior and elder. The forensic evidence and the ancient monuments agree. This is Ramesses the Great. He died around 1213 BCE, over 90 years old. His body racked by arthritis, dental infections, hardened arteries. He was buried with treasures in the Valley of the Kings. But tomb robbers came. Priests moved him for protection. For 3,000 years he lay hidden, while his monuments crumbled, while his name became legend, waiting to be found. Today, he rests in the National Museum of Egyptian Civilization in Cairo, still intact, still recognizable, still commanding. The poets called him Ozymandias, King of Kings. Percy Shelley wrote that nothing beside remains. He was wrong. Ramesses remains, his monuments, his treaties, his mummy, and now, thanks to science, his face, restored to history. This was Ramesses the Great, not a myth, not a legend, a man. And now you've seen him.